What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Paddy Pimblett shared his thoughts on Jake Paul's upcoming boxing match against Anthony Joshua, making it clear that he doesn't think Paul stands a chance. Pimblett didn't hold back, highlighting the massive size difference between the two fighters and expressing disbelief at Paul's confidence. "Can't get over how mad this is," Pimblett said. "You know, how does this helmet think that he's gonna have a go with AJ, lad? Look at the size difference. We all want to see AJ absolutely punch his head in." Pimblett went further, joking about giving Paul some advice to even out the fight, poking fun at Paul's complaints about a supposed height disadvantage. "But we might as well help the little out, might we? Got an idea for him, actually, to help him with that little 5-inch height advantage he keeps moaning about," Pimblett added. His comments underline just how much of a mismatch he sees in this fight, emphasizing both Joshua's size and power as overwhelming factors against Paul. Pimblett's take resonates with fans who have been skeptical about Paul stepping into the ring with an experienced, world-class boxer like Joshua. Pimblett's candid remarks mix humor with a sharp critique, reflecting his straightforward personality and willingness to speak his mind. While fans are eager to see the fight, his perspective adds to the growing narrative that Paul faces a near-impossible challenge against a fighter of Joshua's caliber. Overall, Pimblett's opinion reinforces the sentiment that this match heavily favors Anthony Joshua, and that Jake Paul will need more than confidence and hype to survive against such a seasoned professional in the ring. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Anderson Silva opened up about his relationship with Dana White, describing it as completely non-existent. During Tuesday's press conference ahead of his boxing match with Tyron Woodley, Silva made it clear that he has had no contact with the UFC CEO for a long time. He emphasized that their connection has always been strictly professional and nothing personal. Silva said, "Did anyone call you? No, he's not called me. I don't talk to Dana for a long time. But, you know, a lot of people talk about Dana, say bad things, say good things, but it's business. You know, it's a business. You have to stay in the business for many years. It's tough. You can say something bad about Dana, something good, but it's only about business. It's numbers. Numbers don't lie. When you don't make the same numbers, why would I keep you here? You know that. Dana is Dana. He's a boss." Silva made it clear that he has no personal grievances with Dana and respects his role as a leader in the UFC. He explained that everything in their interaction has always been transactional, driven by the business side of the sport, rather than any personal connection. He stressed that fighters and executives often face tough decisions because professional sports are performance-driven. While fans may speculate about relationships or conflicts, Silva reinforced that the reality is far simpler. It's all about results and numbers. He remained calm and measured, showing that his focus is on his upcoming fight with Woodley rather than any drama outside the cage. Silva's comments shed light on the often impersonal nature of the fight business, where long-standing relationships are maintained purely for professional reasons. Despite years in the sport, Silva has never relied on personal ties with executives like Dana White, highlighting the reality that even legends in the sport operate within a framework dictated by performance, contracts, and business outcomes. Throughout, Silva remained composed, giving fans a rare glimpse into the professional boundaries that define his career in the UFC world. Moving on to another news, Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen weighed in on the potential of Conor McGregor competing at the upcoming White House card. Both believe that if McGregor doesn't show up for the event, his ongoing talk of a return will lose all credibility. McGregor's last fight was back in 2021, when he suffered a broken leg in his loss to Dustin Poirier, and since then, he has teased comebacks without ever fully delivering. Cormier expressed doubt about McGregor making it to the White House card, saying, "I do not believe that Conor makes it to the White House. Let's just live with that theory, though. Will Conor be able to manipulate the media even after he doesn't make it? He has pretended that he's coming back for 5 years. If the White House comes and goes, can he pretend, 'Oh, I didn't come there, but you'll see me in November, you'll see me next January'? Or will that be the final roots of McGregor?" Chael Sonnen added perspective, noting how few people still genuinely believe in McGregor's return. "I think you are one of the few people that still believe Conor at times. Most people don't, but you do. I remember one time I was laughing at you, thinking, chill, you're like the girlfriend that just keeps going back every time. He's just a bad guy. He doesn't deserve you. But every time he calls, you're like, maybe he's changed. Only you still believe that Conor is coming back. If he doesn't go to the White House, it's done." Cormier emphasized the significance of McGregor's presence for the card itself. "Love it or hate it, the White House card is going to be the biggest card we've ever had, but it can only be the biggest card you'll ever see if Conor McGregor is on it. Am I wrong to say that? Sonnen agreed, confirming that while the card will be stacked and amazing regardless, McGregor's participation is what could elevate it to historic status. It'll be a stacked card. It'll be amazing. But the only way it's the biggest card that we've ever seen is if Conor McGregor is on it. The conversation underscores how McGregor's presence still carries enormous weight in the MMA world. Despite years of talk and delays, his involvement in a major card like the White House event could define the scale and impact of the event. Without him, the promotion will still deliver high-quality fights, but McGregor remains the central figure whose participation could turn a stacked card into a record-breaking spectacle. Moving on to another news. Manel Kape made a strong case for why he deserves the next flyweight title shot following his impressive performance at UFC Vegas 112, where he knocked out Brennan Royal in the first round. On this week's Believe You Me podcast with Michael Bisping, Kape broke down why he believes he has the clearest path to challenge Joshua Van for the belt. Kape acknowledged the achievements of his contemporaries, but emphasized the circumstances that make his claim strongest. Like I say, it was a gift to him, and he took the opportunity in July when I got the injury. Other than that, he will never face anyone in the top 5. I'm just being honest. You know, he did the job. He did very well, but I didn't see that he beat Josh Van in that fight, Kape explained. He pointed out that while Brennan Royal was impressive, statistics show that he was being outperformed at various points in his fights. Kape also addressed Joshua Van's championship, acknowledging his legitimacy while analyzing how he believes the outcomes unfolded. Congratulations to him. He fought Pantoja. He won. He's legit. He's a champion. Pantoja made a technical mistake, stood his arm, which in jiu-jitsu you never do. We know you never stand. First thing we learn. He broke his hand, but he's a champion, a legit champion. We just didn't fight the better man that night because they didn't. Turning back to his own trajectory, Kape highlighted how his recent performance positions him perfectly for a title shot. Right now, I just made Luke Brand look easy. The guy that went toe-to-toe with him. The guy that beat Saitasura. He beat Moreno. I have the best argument, the best narrative, the best story. There's no denying the way I did it last night, the way I said I'm going to do it. He just spoke for himself. I shouldn't even have to explain myself. Kape's confidence and analysis show that he sees his combination of skill, recent victories, and timing as the ideal setup for a championship opportunity. By breaking down the performances of other top contenders and highlighting his own dominance, he positions himself as the fighter the UFC should look at for the next flyweight title fight, making a compelling case that is hard to ignore. Moving on to another news. Mohammad Mokaev didn't hold back as he called Brandon Royval the easiest fight in the UFC's flyweight division. During an appearance on Jaden Cable's YouTube channel, Mokaev made it clear that he has never rated Royval highly and doesn't see him as a serious challenge. I never rated that guy. I think I never ever rated that guy highly, Mokaev said. I think this is the easiest fight in the flyweight division. I remember watching him when I was supposed to fight Charles Johnson. I watched that fight on LFA for the belt, and Charles Johnson took him down 9 times. Charles Johnson is a striker, so you can imagine the level of this guy. He is not at our level. Mokaev went on to label Royval as a gatekeeper, emphasizing that while he is a professional fighter, he doesn't see him as someone who can compete with the top tier of the division. He's a gatekeeper, okay? That's what he is, Mokaev added, making it clear that his focus remains on climbing the ranks and facing fighters who can truly challenge him. The comments give a glimpse into Mokaev's confidence and his mindset as he prepares for his next fight. He is clearly not intimidated and sees the matchup as a stepping stone rather than a threat. By analyzing Royval's past performances, especially his fight against Charles Johnson, Mokaev highlighted what he perceives as weaknesses that make this fight manageable for him. Mokaev's assessment also reflects the competitive nature of the flyweight division, where only a handful of fighters are considered elite. Fighters like Mokaev aim to stay focused on improving and taking on opponents who will help elevate their career, while gatekeepers serve as benchmarks within the division. Overall, Mokaev's statements underline his confidence and strategic approach to the sport, showing that he is not only ready to face Royval, but also determined to make a statement in the UFC's flyweight division. Moving on to another news. Jon Jones appears to be enjoying some downtime in Thailand. In a newly surfaced video circulating online, the former UFC heavyweight champion was seen trying a cigarette while spending time with another man. The video shows Jones casually taking a puff and seemingly relaxing, a side of the fighter fans don't often see outside of the octagon. Throughout the short clip, Jones looks at ease, laughing and chatting with his companion, giving a glimpse into his personal life away from training and fight camps. The relaxed atmosphere highlights a different side of the former champion, who is usually associated with intense workouts, high-profile fights, and media appearances. While some fans may be surprised to see Jones trying a cigarette, the moment is brief and lighthearted, showing him in a casual setting without any pressure or spotlight. The video adds to the ongoing curiosity about Jones's life outside of mixed martial arts and his endeavors since leaving the UFC spotlight. All in all, Jones' lighthearted moment in Thailand gives fans a rare glimpse of his personality, offering a more human side of the fighter, known for his dominance in the sport. Moving on to another news, we have an update on the Dulgarian situation, which revolves around the recent FBI gambling investigation. The details of the case have been widely reported, so we'll keep it concise. Yesterday, the Nevada Athletic Commission held a meeting and decided to extend Dulgarian's suspension. Following the announcement, the commission read out a statement from Dulgarian's attorney, James Hobbs, addressing the matter. As Hobbs explained, as you know, it has been alleged in correspondence from the State of Nevada Athletic Commission that there are grounds deemed by the commission supporting the temporary suspension of our client, Dulgarian. While Mr. Dulgarian denies any claims of conduct reflecting discredit in the field of unarmed combat, he consents to another extension of the temporary suspension. This extension highlights the ongoing scrutiny surrounding Dulgarian and the seriousness with which the commission is approaching the situation. Despite the suspension, Dulgarian maintains his position that he has not engaged in any conduct that would undermine his professional reputation or the integrity of the sport. The attorney's statement reflects a willingness to cooperate with the commission while continuing to defend Dulgarian's standing as a professional fighter. The case has drawn attention across the MMA community, with fans and fighters closely monitoring how the Nevada Athletic Commission handles these high-profile matters. It also serves as a reminder of the responsibilities fighters hold both inside and outside the cage, especially when allegations of misconduct or violations of law emerge. Moving forward, the extended suspension will remain in effect while the commission continues to review the matter. Dulgarian's compliance with this extension indicates a commitment to adhering to the regulatory process, even as he maintains his denial of wrongdoing. Talking about updates, let's move on to a bit of roster clear-out before heading into 2026, as the promotion looks to finalize matchups and prepare for the upcoming year with a refreshed lineup of fighters ready to make their mark in the sport. Moving on to another news, Chael Sonnen weighed in on the controversy surrounding Ilia Topuria and explained why he believes Topuria should be stripped of the lightweight title under certain circumstances. Sonnen admitted that his perspective shifted after a recent conversation with a highly respected figure in the industry, who was the first to suggest that Topuria could be stripped. Initially, Sonnen was surprised by the suggestion and didn't comment, choosing instead to listen and consider the argument. The core of the argument was that interim belts are designed for champions who are missing fights due to illness or injury. Sonnen explained, the interim belt is for those that are dealing with an illness or an injury. If we would like to show grace to an undisputed champion because he's missing matches specifically for illness or injury, that's fine. The moment Ilia informs us that he is missing matches for anything outside of the criteria of illness or injury, that's why you strip him. There is no precedence for an interim championship otherwise. Sonnen reflected on the point and admitted that while it initially felt cold, it made sense logically. I got in my car, went back to my hotel, and thought about it. Man, there's actually a point to that. If Ilia is missing matches and all he has to do is make a claim, he doesn't have to be telling the truth. A lot of guys didn't tell the truth. A lot of guys have missed fights and said they're hurt because they didn't want to make the walk. But if you're making a claim outside of illness or injury, to my understanding, the UFC is correct. You're not eligible. You've got to be stripped. Despite acknowledging the rules, Sonnen clarified that he personally sympathizes with Topuria. I don't want him stripped. I'm on Ilia's side. I don't really like what he's going through. He's shared more than he has to, and I think he's innocent. He seems like a good guy. I really don't think he would have done these things. However, Sonnen concluded that the rules are clear and must be followed. Yeah, they've got to strip him if he's not making the claim that he's injured and has some kind of doctor report to back it up, as bogus as those can be. He's got to be stripped. Sonnen's analysis balances empathy with the enforcement of UFC regulations, highlighting the importance of maintaining fairness in title eligibility while recognizing the personal challenges fighters like Topuria face behind the scenes. His comments underscore the complexity of championship protocols and the need for clear guidelines in the sport. Moving on to another news, Dana White has removed multiple fighters from the UFC roster in a wave of recent releases. Last night, several names were confirmed to have been cut, signaling another round of roster reshuffling ahead of the new season. According to Tom Feely from Sherdog MMA, Merrick Bowe was among those released. Bowe fought in November at UFC Quar and lost to Denzel Freeman, leaving him with an 0-1 record in the UFC. The release came as little surprise given his short tenure and lack of wins. Yusaku Kinoita was also cut from the roster. This decision made more sense as Kinoita was 0-2 in the UFC and had not fought since 2023. On top of that, he had 2 canceled fights in 2024, making his release feel long overdue. Via Borchev, who last fought at UFC 322 against Mattel's Camo, was another name on the list. Before this release, Borchev held a 36-1 record in the UFC, marking a significant moment given his extensive career in the promotion. Lucas Besky was another fighter removed from the roster. Besky had a 1-6 record in the UFC and last fought in July against Ryan Spann at UFC 318. His release aligned with the UFC's pattern of clearing out fighters who struggled to maintain consistent results. Marcin Pachno, a light heavyweight fighter, was also released. Pachno's last fight in the UFC was at UFC 318, which he lost, leaving him with a 4-7 record in the promotion before being cut. Finally, Ricardo Ramos was the last fighter released in this wave. Ramos fought twice in 2025 and unfortunately lost both bouts, bringing his overall UFC record to 8-7 before being removed. In total, 6 fighters were released from the roster. Some of these moves were expected based on performance and activity, while others, like Borchev, were more surprising given his history and prior success in the octagon. This round of roster updates reflects the UFC's ongoing efforts to streamline the promotion and make space for new talent. Fighters who struggle to secure wins or maintain consistent activity face the consequences, highlighting the competitive nature of staying on the UFC roster. With these releases, the organization clears the way for fresh matchups and a more competitive lineup for the upcoming events and seasons, keeping the promotion dynamic and focused on performance.